What is going on, everybody? Will here with From Screen to Shelf. Thank you for tuning in. Hope everybody's doing well out there. I'm here today to talk to you guys about yet another movie I picked up recently. It was released this week, and it is the Gareth Evans 2011 classic action movie, nail-biting action film, I should say, The Raid. The Raid on 4K. First time on 4K, folks. This was released this week, and got it in the mail just the other day. So I'm going to get right into it. We're going to look at the Steelbook here, talk a little bit about the movie, and then we'll go into the specifications, the bonus features, all that good stuff. So the Steelbook itself, let me show you the J card real quick. Not that that's the most important thing, but we'll get right into that and get that out of the way. So the J card there on the back there, they see one of the fight scenes between one of the SWAT guys and one of the drug lord's men in the movie. So the cover is what is really great about this. This is an embossed cover. Everybody says embossed, debossed. I mean, the letters are raised and the outline of our main character is raised. And it's like the apartment building itself, the apartment complex is sunken into the cover. So some people have been calling this embossed. Other people have been saying debossed, but I'm trying to see if you guys can. Let's try to get a good look at that. There you go. It's kind of hard to tell, but nice texture there on the cover. And then on our back, there's our main character, our lead in the film. And I'm going to open it up. I'll show you guys the discs as well. Let me show you guys the discs first. And I will pop those out real quick. If I can get it out without snapping it in half. So check that out. Some nice snapshot there of one of the fight scenes in the film. So this was put out by Sony Pictures. We get the 4K disc and the Blu-ray disc. I love this movie, guys. This is one of the best action movies of the 2010s of that decade. It's up there with Mad Max Fury Road and it's just a fantastic movie. I actually saw The Raid 2 before I saw this first film. And shout out to The Raid 2. Hopefully we get that on 4K in the near future because it'd be great to own both of these. The Raid 2 is a solid follow-up, but I got to give this movie its props. This is an absolute nail-biting actioner from start to finish. There's some moments of drama thrown in there, but it's mostly an action vehicle. But this movie is just insane. This elite SWAT team gets tasked with infiltrating this safe house, which is essentially this apartment building, to take down this drug lord. They're spotted, and their whole operation is blown. The drug lord finds out, and he pretty much sends everybody under him to go after these guys. And what ensues is just straight, nonstop, absolutely jaw-dropping action. It is just a fantastic film from start to finish. The camera movements in this movie are crazy. The fight scenes are so well choreographed, and the camera is really in tune with what's happening during those fight scenes. You have scenes where guys are thrown off of balconies and ledges and up against objects and walls, and the camera movements are so good at capturing all of that. So it's just a really good nonstop action movie. And having not seen this movie in so long, I was super excited to watch it because I almost forgot how violent this movie is. This movie is brutal, folks. There's a lot of crazy, not only the fight scenes crazy, as I said, but some of the kills in this movie are insane. There are actually moments where I had to stand up and like cheer and look at the screen and look away. And there's just some moments where there's some kills where, let's just say, body parts meet other objects, and it's just not good. It's not good for a lot of people in this movie. Bad day for a lot of people involved in this scenario. But excellent movie, excellent action film, incredibly well choreographed. The fight scenes and the stunt work is impeccable. One of the best displays, I think, in my opinion, of stunt work and fight choreography that we've seen out of films of that era, around that time period. And this was released in 2011, folks. So, and I remember at the time, growing up at that time, you hear about, oh, well, they don't make action films anymore. They don't make action films like they used to in the 80s and 90s, but say no more. This movie is a testament that, great action films can still be made. And in terms of cinematic language and what you can do with an action movie and how you can keep the plot moving forward and keep escalating things. I mean, this movie's a perfect example of that. When I think of movies that do that, again, it's up there with movies like Mad Max Fury Road, in terms of, again, just really utilizing the potential, of the structure of an action film and what you can do with that in order to tell a story, through action scenes and fight sequences, and just incredible set pieces. So, yeah, I mean, the set piece for this movie, it essentially takes place in an apartment building, but it is, it's very unique in how it utilizes that environment, I'll say that. You think, well, how can the whole movie take place in one building, right? But, this movie just utilizes that to its advantage, and there's a really claustrophobic feeling to it, which is fantastic because you have all this action, all this chaos happening in front of you, this mayhem, and it's all contained, in this apartment complex, and they're pretty much trapped in this apartment complex, and everybody and their neighbor is coming after these guys, after this SWAT team to take them out. And some of them, and in fact, most of them, they get taken out, and it is absolutely brutal. So the stakes are raised in this film with our protagonist, our leading man, who is just an absolute joy to watch. And I'm misremembering the actor's name. I think the leading actor is, I don't want to butcher his name, Iko Uwais. I'm not entirely sure if he's our leading man, but everybody in this is fantastic. You have our leading character, you have I believe the lieutenant, and the chief, who are also in there, the chief of the SWAT team, and then you have our drug lord, who I found him not. I didn't find him intimidating. I found some of his henchmen incredibly intimidating. So it makes for some great confrontations between these characters, especially when those fight scenes start to happen. But what's really great about this movie is that in between those moments, in between that action, you have some really great moments of tension, when they're kind of being sought out and they're being hunted through the hallways of the apartment complex. Some of that stuff was incredibly well done, and it really set the pace and set the tone for when those action scenes happen. And it's pretty much like a kettle, reaching a boiling point, and then once it boils over, just absolute hell breaks loose. So yeah, this movie is a wild ride, folks. I cannot say enough about this. That being said, let's get into the specifics of the disc. So, as I said earlier, you get the 4K disc, you get the Blu-ray disc. The 4K is a BD100 disc. The Blu-ray, I believe, is a BD50. Now, this 4K presentation is upscaled. It was upscaled from, I believe, a 2K DI, if I'm not mistaken. So, again, not native 4K. However, it's the best that this movie's ever looked. Now, one complaint or one criticism that I remember hearing about with the original Blu-ray. Now, I never saw that original Blu-ray, so for me, I don't want to speak on that because it's hard to compare the two. But I do remember watching this film. It might have been, I don't know if it was a DVD. I watched it back in the Netflix days. After I saw the Raid 2, went back and sought this one out. But, according to what I'm reading online and what a lot of people have said, the old Blu-ray had a very bluish tint to it, which I somewhat remember. It's not entirely clear to me. Again, my memory isn't the best, regarding that. But as far as the 4K presentation of this film, the new color grading was approved by Gareth Evans, the director. Now, there's a whole debate to be had about, revisionism and directors coming back in and changing things and, messing around with the color grading. I honestly don't mind it, with this film. I think that the grading job that they did on this film improves the overall look of the film. Some of the blacks are a bit deeper. There's more shadow, so to speak. So some stuff tends to get drowned out in the background, but at the same time, overall, the film is much more vibrant. And I really think that adds to it. It gives it more of a cinematic look. And I think that improves the film overall. So in this particular situation, again, I'm not always a fan of like the revisionist stuff, depending on what's happening and whether or not I think it takes away from the film or not. But again, that's all subjective at the end of the day. So I don't really want to go down that road. But in this particular case, I think they did a fantastic job. Now, this is an action movie. So in a lot of these scenes, things are moving along very quickly. So it's hard to necessarily focus on a lot of the details at times. But when they do have close ups, when it's like faces or hands or stuff like that, it's very well detailed. I thought it was very well done. So overall, I'm incredibly impressed with the transfer on this movie. I think for what it is a solid transfer. Now, what really impressed me was the audio. I think the audio is the clear standout here. In fact, I think, I'll go out on a whim here. It's safe to say that so far in 2024, this is going to be a reference quality disc in regards to the audio. Now, I want to run through some of the specs with you guys real quick. We talked about the video, but it does have HDR, Dolby Vision, HDR10. The aspect ratio is 178 to 1. And the original, I think, was 185 to 1. But as far as the audio is concerned, let's just get into this quick because what it does is it gives us Dolby Atmos and the Indonesian Dolby Atmos. We have the Indonesian Dolby True HD 7.1, and we have the Indonesian DTS HD Master Audio 5.1. They also have English Master Audio 5.1 and Spanish as well. And of course, we have the English subtitles as well as the, I believe, Portuguese and Spanish subtitles on there as well. But the audio, guys, is, I think, what elevates this movie. The audio quality, the Atmos track on this film is absolutely fantastic. When people get punched, you feel it. When they get thrown up against walls or, crash into objects, when they're jumping through floors and being thrown out windows, you feel it, you hear it. It is an incredibly immersive experience, at least on my setup here. I was blown away, and again, visually, this film looks a lot better with that color grading, in my opinion, but the audio just elevates it to another level. Totally gives you that immersive experience that you're looking for with this type of film. And overall, I got to say, with the audio and video, I was really impressed. Now, if there's one negative I can say, if there's anything I can take away that I wasn't necessarily impressed with, it's the special features. They didn't really give us anything new for special features. So it's the same special features that we got on the previous Blu-ray. So I'm going to run through the special features that exist on the Blu-ray, and these are ported over from the previous release. So we get a commentary track with Gareth Evans. It's probably worth checking out. It'd be fun to listen to how some of this stuff was done and just get his take on a lot of the stuff. Because again, this is an amazing movie. So anything behind the scenes for this is probably worth checking out. So that audio commentary is probably worth taking a listen to. So in addition to that, we have behind the scenes video blogs, Inside the Score, in conversation with Gareth Evans and Mike Shinoda. So Mike Shinoda, as you guys may know, he's famous for co-founding the band Linkin Park. I'm always been interested in some of his side projects. I think he's a really great musician, really great artist. So to have him be a part of this, contributing to the score of the film is really cool. So that's probably worth checking out if you guys haven't seen that. And then we have an evening with Gareth Evans, Mike Shinoda, and Joe Trapanese. Behind the music with Mike Shinoda and Joe Trapanese. Anatomy of a Scene with Gareth Evans. Again, probably another one that might be worth taking a look at. Clay Cats, The Raid TV show ad circa 1994, and of course, a theatrical trailer. So again, nothing new in regards to special features there, but they have ported them over from the previous release. So a little disappointing. They didn't give us anything new regarding that. But as far as the Steelbook is concerned, it's really about the video and the audio. That's what sells this release. Now, if I'm going to give this a rating, overall, the movie is a 5 out of 5 for me. The Steelbook itself, it's an awesome Steelbook. I love that artwork. We got our hero on the back cover there. And I love the embossed title and the little him on the front there. So I'm a fan of that. Video, I'd probably give a 4.5 out of 5. Audio is a 5 out of 5. That Dolby Atmos track slaps. So audio is a straight 5 out of 5 for me. Bonus features, probably a 2.5, 3 out of 5. As I said, they're essentially just ported over from the previous Blu-ray. So they didn't really give us anything new. in regards to bonus features. However, I'm super excited to have the Raid on 4K, excited to add it to the Steelbook shelf, and it's a movie that I'm going to be watching time and time again. So that's it for today, folks. If you like this video, like and subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way, when we post other reviews and stuff like this, you guys can get notified. So, yeah, that's it for the Raid 4K. Highly recommend this movie, guys. Check it out. It's available now on Amazon and other retailers. And you may be able to find it online streaming. I believe it's on Netflix currently for streaming if you're interested in checking this out. If you're not sure if you're going to go ahead and buy it. But I'd say if you're an action fan, and a martial arts fan, this movie is a no-brainer. So definitely check it out. That's it for me. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching.